The Lord is gracious and kind, I must tell you, and great things are happening. Welcome to the second week in the month of March, and I tell you, God is doing glorious things for us. We've been talking about people's past and how you need to forgive. And, I was talking to someone was asking me about the last Monday's teaching and talking about the fact that it was difficult for her to forgive. I wouldn't want to go into details of what the person was talking about, but there was a story I shared with the person which I like to share. I was telling her how someone who was in a relationship with someone else, and then the person she was in a relationship with, they were both in the same church. She was hoping forward to that they were going to get married, and the guy suddenly wakes up one day and says he's not doing it again. And she kept trying to find out why and all of that. And fast forward, I think probably 2-3 months down the line, the guy brings out a wedding card. He wants to get married, and he wants to get married to somebody else in the church. And she reaches out to me and says, "Hey, Pastor, I don't understand. I can't deal. I don't even want to see the guy. He greets me. I want to strangle him. And the first thing I said to her is, I said, start praying for him. And she was like, it's going to be difficult. I said, I know it will be difficult at first. That's why, and that's the thing that a lot of us don't get to understand. If you want to form muscles, there will be pain. If you want to start waking up at 5 a.m., there will be pain. If you never used to wake up at 5 a.m. and then you want to start waking up at 5 a.m., there will be pain. If you want to lose weight, there will be pain. See, whenever there's something that has to do with discipline and reconfiguring yourself, there will definitely be pain. If you feel there won't be pain, that's where you're making a mistake, because even the salvation you have as a child of God came with pain. And so I told her, I said, that's it. There will definitely be pain. But you see, it's the power of enjoying the benefit of the pain is in the consistency, because at the end of the day, the consistency will produce the result. So she started praying, and then long after, she calls me 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the line and says she doesn't understand that she's walked past it. Because you see, there's something prayer does to you. It gives you compassion towards the person. You begin to see a different light. Because the truth about it is, okay, like I was saying to someone, I said, think about it. She was upset. It's also a relationship. She was upset that this person wasn't going to marry and all of that. And so I said to her, I was watching a movie, and the interesting thing about the movie is we got to a part, the guy's a blind guy, and then the lady was dating him, and there was a part where the movie is we got to a part, the guy's a blind guy, and then the lady was dating him, and there was a part where they were a bit intimate. And I said to myself, what would be the benefit of this guy's eyes being opened? And interestingly, the line of the movie was talking about how an angel was supposed to pay for his operation and open his eyes and get his eyes operated on, and then he would be able to see. And the lady was in charge of the NGO. So I was saying to myself, I said, what if this guy's eyes gets opened and he doesn't like her again? I said, which would be a greater miracle? To leave his eyes blind, and this woman that has paid the sacrifice of loving a blind guy. If you get what I mean, a woman who has made the sacrifice of loving a blind guy, or opening his eyes, and then he sees what has loved him and taking him through the pain of a blind guy and all of that. You get what I mean? And then he doesn't like her. Which is a greater miracle? To leave him completely blind till he dies, or while he experiences the love of this woman who doesn't care about the fact that he has a deformity, he's blind, or to open his eyes and he sees her, then he suddenly says, I don't want her again, I want somebody else. But you get what I'm saying? So what am I saying in essence? Sometimes some of the things that God delivers us from, we truly don't know. And so when you get into the place of prayer, you are able to see the way God sees. So you're able to forgive. You're able to understand that this was worth it. This pain was worth it. This hurt was worth it. This person leaving me was better for me. Because sometimes some businesses are not worth going through. Some relationships are not worth going into. Some houses are not worth moving into. Some cheap things are not worth paying for. I tell you, as you go throughout this week, have a glorious week. And I tell you, great things will happen to you. God bless you.